Onset Parkinson's, seeing one of the highest rates of the disease globally, according to Parkinsons Canada. President and CEO Karen Lee joining us now to chat a little bit more about this and some of the challenges during a pandemic. Karen, thank you for joining us.
Hi.
So COVID-19 has resulted in postponing treatments and potentially overshadowing illnesses as well. Parkinson's disease is difficult to detect. So what has your end been seeing?
So Parkinson's disease is something that impacts people usually later in life, around 60s. However, people may start feeling experiences of some stiffness, rigidity, tremor issues as Parkinson's related. It's a disease that affects your coordination and movement. And some people may start experiencing those symptoms earlier on in their 40s to 50s. And it's really important that they actually see somebody, movement disorder specialist. And the thing is, prior to COVID, the wait times to see these specialists were quite long. And with COVID, obviously, that has really impacted the healthcare system. And therefore, people who may be experiencing symptoms and are awaiting a diagnosis, it's actually taking a lot longer due to COVID.
How else have patients been impacted, during this pandemic? And I mean, it's already been over a year.
Yeah, so Parkinsons Canada, we provide a lot of different programming and support for people living with Parkinson's. And one of the important things is coming together in person and, relating to other people who understand what it's like to live with Parkinson's, or even for caregivers, people, family members. And unfortunately, people are unable to come together. Parkinsons Canada very quickly pivoted to what we all understand now is the virtual world of Zoom. However, there's also important programming such as exercise that's really important for the quality of life for people living with Parkinson's. They too have moved to a virtual setting. However, for sure, it's not the same as being in a group setting in person and getting potentially some on-site help in terms of the support and care.
Have you been seeing more people, across the country with Parkinson's, more so recently as well?
So Canada has approximately 100,000 people who live with Parkinson's. It is known that Canada has one of the highest rates of Parkinson's in the world. We still don't understand what the cause is, but we do know in terms of modeling that we predict that there will be an increase of Parkinson's in terms of the rate of people being diagnosed and getting Parkinson's moving forward. So it's really important that we build awareness about what Parkinson's is, and more importantly, how do we ensure people are getting access to care in a timely way?
And what are some of your concerns for families and patients out there as this pandemic continues?
I think one of the biggest thing for us at Parkinsons Canada and for people who live with Parkinson's is access to healthcare. As we know, there's already a shortage in terms of the ability to actually go see somebody, a doctor, and even more so when it becomes a specialist, such as a movement disorder neurologist that specialize in Parkinson's disease. So for Parkinsons Canada, we're really pushing for a more integrated healthcare model, but also looking at what's the best way for people to get access to care regardless of where you live, whether it's Kitchener, Toronto, Ottawa, or anywhere across Canada, that you get the same type of care. And I think what's really interesting with COVID is it's really pushed us in the clinical and healthcare community to really think about, are there other ways to ensure that we can bring about care even though we might not be able to come in person? So I think there's a movement to really look at what's the best model moving forward.
And Karen, finally, any final advice or insight for families and patients watching out there?
So people who live with Parkinson's, one of the things I've learned over the last year, and even prior to, I think, COVID, is it's a very resilient community. And one of the best things they can do is come to parkinsonscanada.ca and really look at where are some supports and ways that they can come together, even though it might be virtually now, to ensure that they're getting the right support and programming and understanding of the best treatments and care that they can have during this time and for moving forward to have the best quality of life. So it's Parkinson Awareness Month. There's a lot of awareness we need to do to let people know what Parkinson's is and how we can better support people, and of course support the research that's ongoing.
Okay, Karen, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.